everybody, and welcome to Queen Solidarity Festival. Ada, get over here. Organized by myself and Ada Chin, and supported by the many organizations you see around you. So this land recognition was written by Joe Whittle, who is a descendant of the Lenape people who is currently in exile in Oklahoma. He had to leave his homeland because of the violence done against the Lenape people. So I'm going to read, now I'm going to enter into his words. So take that into account that I'm not speaking as myself, I'm using another person's voice. Greetings, Wanashi. Thank you for being here today to support Queen Solidarity in New York City and in support of all the BIPOC people who are senselessly murdered by the state and other racist violence. The city of New York is located on the traditional homelands of the Lenape people, also known as the Delaware Tribe or the Delaware Nation. Lenape people, aka Lenape Yoke, call our homeland Lenape-Ho-King. It encompasses parts of southern New York, all of New Jersey, eastern Pennsylvania, and Delaware. The Lenape Yoke were violently forced from our homeland by things like multiple broken treaties, outright war, racist massacres of unarmed innocents, and scalp bounties placed on every man, woman, and child. That is why this statement is being read to you, rather than me giving it myself in person. Today, there are 3 federally recognized diaspora communities, also known as bands, of Lenape in the United States and 2 in Canada. There's the Delaware Tribe of Indians in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, the Delaware Nation of Oklahoma in Anadarko, Oklahoma, which is Joe's band, and the Stockbridge, Muncie, and Mohican community in Wisconsin. And then there's also the Moravian Delaware of the Thames in Ontario, Canada, and the Muncie Delaware Nation of Muncietown in Ontario, Canada. Most of the Lenape and the main political and cultural body of the tribe ended up in Oklahoma after repeated forced removals and relocations spanning over 50 years of exodus and leading halfway across the continent called Turtle Island. This violent history of racism and colonialism is one of the many reasons why we stand with our black brothers and sisters as they fight for justice and equality in this land. Historically, our tribe frequently adopted escaped slaves into our communities and tribe. My own 5-time grandfather, Chief Kick the Wind, aka Chief Anderson, and had an interpreter who helped him negotiate treaties for our people named Ned, who was an escaped slave adopted into our tribe. He married a Lenape woman and they had a son named Jim Ned, who later became a chief of my own band of Lenape, the Delaware Nation of Oklahoma. Our tribe also fought for the North as strict abolitionists during the Civil War and took part directly in the freeing of slaves in Missouri. It is in this storied shared history of oppression and solidarity and our love for all our fellow indigenous peoples from across the globe that drives us to stand up for our black relatives today who face the same ongoing colonial violence that we do as indigenous Americans. We welcome our black relatives in the Lenape-Ho-King and ask our ancestral spirits to protect and watch over them. I thank you again, Wanashi, for hearing and holding space for these words today, for honoring our ancestors and the spirit of this land, Lenape-Ho-King, and for standing up for Black lives. Black Lives Matter.
So this all came out of a grant from the New York City Arts Corps? Is that?
Well, no, actually, my friend Ada and I were during the height of like everything. I was working with Flux Factory. I put together their Black History Month artist talks, like a series of artist talks, and then from there they were like, oh well, I want to do something, the Stop Asian Hate stuff was going on, and so from there I was talking to my friend Ada. I was like, well, we should do something, but their budget was like $200, and we were like, well, we can't really do like what we want to do on that, and so we were holding off, and then Ada was like, I applied for a grant and I got it. Let's do something. And so we basically planned this whole thing in like a month.
Awesome.
But it's all coming together perfectly, and I'm so excited that the day is going to be so great.
Well, thank you for doing it.
For sure.
It's awesome for community.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you for coming.
Nice to meet you.
I was just making sure I
We're good. I made
Don't encourage. So this art trade is supposed to be like not about money. So this is like you take whatever.
Yeah.
That's a must for me.
I need to like remember though whose art is what, so that if I ever
At the
post
end of the
something.
day, being able to create is like very much liberation in itself. And like the best interactions I've had with artists is like when we ask to trade, because we recognize like everything is labor and love, and like not putting a monetary like value on it is so important, because it just like makes it part of the system that like in a way, I don't know, like how do you quantify someone's like expression like that? Yeah.
To center, nod your head yes, exaggerated nod. Come back to center, shake your head no. Good, come back to center, inhale the arms up. Exhale, bring your right hand to the chair and lean to the right. Press your left foot down into the ground. Open your chest towards the sky. Reach your left fingertips away from right foot's pressing into the floor. Notice if your heart is pointing at the ground or if it's pointing up. Rotating up, reaching the fingertips away from your hip. Beautiful. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale the left, both hands to the back of your chair. And just press down as you lift up. Lift the chin, lift the chest, press the hands down. Exhale, right hand down, lean right. Maybe close the eyes. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, left hand down, lean left. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, hands behind you. Inhale, lift the chest. Oh God, exhale, full forward. Needed that. Tired, y'all. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, the right hand down, lean right. Inhale, the right arm up. Exhale, left arm down. Inhale, left arm up.
Our neighbors that are experiencing almost.
Good. Think about pointing your toes at the ground, your left toe, pointing at the ground. Lift the chest. One more breath.
So what are you guys serving today?
50 pounds of wings, which, you know, slowly over time will be eaten and devoured by the lovely people of Queens.
Yes. So how did you get involved?
Trisana and Ada reached out to us, and we have been working with them for a while, over the past like almost 2 years now. And yeah, no, we love doing this. We used to sell food out of my apartment.
Is that how you guys started?
Yeah, I have a first floor window that faces the street in Brooklyn, so it's actually just like selling out of like a cafe window.
Oh, that's amazing.
We started in February of this year, and now here we are in Rainey Park. So we're happy to
come back and eat.
Yeah, we're just getting started. We're just getting started.
Hello, Leslie. I help organize for the Ravenswood Fridge.
And when did you start doing that?
I started doing that last year in September, and we got the fridge running in December. So since December, the fridge is
I'm already set up.
then I've been organizing like food distribution, like transportation, maintenance.
And you've gotten a lot of different people to participate in kind of taking up different food and whatnot.
Yeah. So we get a lot of like local community members, and like they want to volunteer some time out of the day. They can help like pick up food. Sometimes I do food pickups too. They can also like help clean the fridge, because it's very important to keep the fridge clean. That's where we
Now
put
it needs to go like no one is
and
going
then
to
we also like organize with like other organizations, and we try to like come together in like community spaces, and like, you know, it gives us also an opportunity to collect some food for fridges.
Tomorrow we're having a rabbit adoption event and kitten adoption event.
Adoption?
Yeah, rabbit and kittens tomorrow. Yeah.
Yay.
And then we also host the vets to come in every 2 weeks as well.
Oh wow.
But yeah.
So you have like vets in the store?
Yeah, they come in on Sundays, and yeah, they just give like vaccinations and at like a better price than most vets out there. But, yeah.
Great. Well, that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
You also, I know somebody who actually put in like a koi pond in their backyard.
Yeah.
So, like you do all kinds of.
Yeah, so we do also do like services like that. We like install ponds. We help like add better filtration so that the fish are better in the pond itself and last for a long time. Yeah.
Do you want to tell us your name and what you do at Noguchi?
Yeah, my name is Marjorie. I'm an educator at the Noguchi Museum, and today we are making wishing dolls. So Noguchi was inspired by traditional Daruma wishing dolls and created his own version. And today we have model magic so that families can join us and create wishing dolls of their own.
I love it. Oh, I want to make some.
You should definitely come back and make one.
And you guys offer a lot of education programs at Noguchi.
We do, yeah.
Have you been back since the pandemic with that?
Right now, most of the family programs have been virtual. We've done a few in the park, but we're
That's
hoping
also
to.
very nice.
Yeah, we're hoping to bring.
I
we'll
know.
be able to bring them back.
Likewise. We've all been
soon.
virtual or here in Rainey Park, honestly.
Yeah, we did over the summer. We did a couple in Rainey Park, but yeah, where are you doing film? Are you having?
So we have a film festival, but then we also teach film workshops to children, and we've been in after-school programs around locally in schools.
Okay.
And then we have a film fellows program where kind of high school and college students interested in film work with us on various projects, and we provide them with work and job experience and connect them with industry professionals. And
Are you set up here, or you're just?
Our contribution is documenting the day.
Oh,
so.
okay, cool. I would love to actually get your info.
Yeah.
Because I have a child who loves filmmaking.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
And we live in the neighborhood.
we're documenting the day. That's our contribution to the event. So, if you want to tell us a little bit about what you do at Noguchi and.
I work as educator, and we have a lot of family program. So I think the family program is the 15 years or 16 years. Yeah.
Yes.
We know a lot of the kids around this neighborhood. So we have an open studio, and we have some museum family day.
Yes, I've been to many. So.
Yeah, please come back.
I will. As soon as we can, we will.
Yeah, use that pass.
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you guys. Good to meet you both.
Yeah,
What does self-care mean to you? What's self-care? Yeah.
I don't know, doing things that not just it's like an aspect of self-soothing, but self-soothing can be sort of destructive things like drugs and alcohol and that kind of stuff. But self-care is truly taking care of yourself and doing things that are going to actually make you feel good long term.
Anyone else? What does self-care mean?
And a support for the community in creating a voice for them to an organization or almost an institutional voice that can be a counterbalance to private developers. And so this building is a slightly unusual in being a business-based land trust. Most of the land trusts in the city address residential issues, but there's all kinds of residential issues that we want to support, that we can get more involved with. We are part of the Abolish the Tax Lien Coalition, along with a bunch of other land trusts in the city. I don't know if you're familiar with the tax lien program. Basically, it's a program from the Giuliani era under which homeowners who are in property tax arrears and have a lien against their property, the city sells the lien at auction to developers. So the city gets their money, the developers get the job of trying to go after the people who owe the money, and then they can, in many cases they end up evicting the tenant and they get the property and they get to develop it. So what the Abolish the Tax Lien group is trying to do is get that system to be abolished and for the liens to be instead sold or given to land trusts throughout the city, so that the land trust can work with the homeowners to keep them in their homes, and the land trust would own the property, the homeowner would get to stay, and the rent would be permanently affordable because the property would belong to the land trust, and the community, the land trust board is made up of community members, so the community decides what the rules are around when somebody is evicted or when the property needs to be, when something, needs to happen with the property maintenance wise, etc. So that would obviously a much better system, but the tax lien system is still in place, and there is going to be a tax lien sale to developers this year, but the city did agree that they would inform the people with the liens in advance and give them the opportunity to say that they had a pandemic-related hardship, and if they say that, then their lien will come up for auction. But they're requiring homeowners to go into their system individually and say that, and there's thousands of liens. So one thing that we're trying to help is to get the list and the word out to community organizations to organize some door knocking between now and December, so that people can understand what's happening and go make that, all they have to do is say, I have a pandemic related hardship, and their lien will be sold. But we need like boots on the ground to help make that happen. So that's just one example of ways that we're trying to help support people in the community, homeowners and businesses in the community, and kind of right the wrong of the city selling properties to developers that are public for very low prices, like in some cases like $1, or just using public land in ways that don't benefit community members.
Well, we can share it.
Okay,
So
yeah. If you like, you can like sign your name or something too. All right, From the Roots Up is basically a weekly poetry cipher that we do in Queensbridge, and it's just basically a way of freedom of speech, So we look for poets, we look for people who do music, like I'm an artist. Eddie over there with the gray hat, he's an artist. Trey Sonia is an artist. And we just say how we feel through music and through poetry. It's like the best way. I feel like it's the best way for like to get your emotions out, and also to basically to express yourself, It's the best way. I seen them on my block and on a basketball court, and I just was like, what are they doing, And I went out there, and I've been doing music for about 10 years, but I never was outside and I showed people for a long time until at the time it was called From the Ground Up, when we switched the name and stuff like that. So I was like, that looks like a bunch of people I could, I feel safe around. So then, I just went out there and I just put my best foot forward and boom.
I started last August. This August made a year that I was part of the organization. And what we do here is we give out, we don't give out, we have a program. Wait, let me get my flyer so you can understand better. And I came up with the Diaper Package.
Wonderful.
And what it is for $5, the parents can get diapers, wipes, and any other essentials, like diaper cream or anything that the baby might need. And for children that are transitioning to the potty, we have the pull-ups program. And this is to help lower their cost of what they would have to pay, because Pampers are ridiculously expensive, and as long as we have babies, we're going to need diapers. So the money that I make from the Pampers goes back into the club, and I purchase more. So what I'm doing basically is paying the excess for the parents. So that's my way of giving back and everything. So that's what we're doing. And also we do Christmas giveaways. Halloween, we're having a Halloween fest on the 29th, located on Vernon Boulevard and 40th Avenue, which is the street I live on. I love children, but I love parents as well, and I think we should all work together to make the community better. So that's the part I'm playing. Yes.
And how can people help if they want to? Like, can people donate?
Yes, you can donate. I have Cash App, and I also have my email. And even if you want to bring something, it doesn't have to always be money, or just bring yourself and a smile. I mean, I just love to see people. The more people, the better.
Do you have an Instagram that we can tell people?
Well, I have my daughter made it, so don't for not knowing it right now. She just did it. But I can also be found on Facebook under Irene Denise, so I can be contacted that way. And then I have my email address, which is mrslottiedottie@yahoo.com. And then I also have morethanchocolate@yahoo.com.
So what do We Are the Radicals do? What do you guys
Yeah, so we're the Radicals. We're a student coalition at St. John's University. We're mainly an Instagram platform, and we're trying to so the Radicals is like an anonymous group. So it's not really ran by like one person, but
more of a collective.
Yeah, more of a collective, a group effort, and we're just trying to mobilize and wake students up. Our college experience, myself and my partner Jules, has been full of a lot of anti-black, anti-brown, anti-community experiences, and I feel like a lot of kids have that in their schools and don't bring attention to it. So that's kind of what we're trying to do. A lot of times we're told, you're a student, you're here to learn, and you just need to sit in this space and do what you're supposed to do. And we're like, no, if you have a problem with something, say something about it.
Absolutely.
You're paying your tuition, get your money's worth, get your voice heard.
You're a client, one, and then you're also a member of the community too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they should be learning from you, quite frankly.
And I feel like it's impossible to get a well-rounded education when you have the education part of it is good, but the social part of it, people are food insecure, or people are getting discriminated against, or they feel like they don't have a safe space. You have to have both of them, or there's no point.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're trying to do. So yeah, that's the Radicals.
Definitely. Hi, my name is Fiola. I'm here with the Reading for Black Lives Project. Essentially, we work to increase access to literary resources for community members across Queens. We're based in Jamaica, Queens, which is where I was born and raised, and so really thinking about creating equitable access to books, especially in Black and Brown communities. The project started over the pandemic, just noticing how a lot of the community resources that were first closed were things like libraries, right, where folks are getting access to computers, access to books, also just a space where they can relax and spend time without spending money. And a lot of community libraries in Queens are still closed. They're recently beginning to open back up, but some communities have gone without libraries for over a year and a half. And so really thinking about how I can kind of begin to step in and fill that gap for my community.
That's awesome.
Yeah. at the moment probably has to be Walking on Cowrie Shells by Nana Nkwedi.
I've heard that.
Yes, it's an amazing book. It's a collection of short stories. All the protagonists are like African women, and really just thinking about kind of navigating modernity and navigating kind of like racism, misogynoir, and these different aspects of life, but also kind of like navigating Black joy as well. So that's a really great. Also, love a short story.